you. This is for all you ladies out there who like a bargain. And this is called Buy One, Get One Free Girls.
Hello, I'm Charlie and welcome to another episode of the Time Traveller Diaries. Now today we'll be doing part 2 of the Blue Plaque Trail in Walmer and Deal in Kent, England. Now if you're outside of the UK and you're unfamiliar with the Blue Plaque system, basically any building or house which has some historical significance attached to it receives a blue plaque. This can be, for example, the birth of a celebrity, the death of a celebrity, or some kind of historical significance attached to that location. I'd like to mention that we won't be visiting the house of the pioneer of antiseptics, Joseph Lister, because we previously covered him in another video when we visited the filming locations for the movie The Electrical Life of Louis Wayne starring Benedict Cumberbatch, which you can watch on our channel. So without many more being said, let's get to the locations. Now we're on Golden Street in Deal, Kent, England, and this was the childhood home of Sister Edith Appleton. She was one of 13 children and she was a nurse on the front line throughout the whole of the First World War. She kept a diary during this time and they would be published and turned into a book called A Nurse at the Front. She was awarded the military OBE for her bravery and the Royal Red Cross and the Belgian Queen Elizabeth medals. Sister Elizabeth Appleton died in 1958. We're now on Beach Street in Deal, Kent, and as you can see this building is called the Boatman's Rooms, and Reverend Thomas Stanley Trainer used to be the chaplain here for the missions to seamen for Deal and the Downs. He wrote books such as Heroes of the Goodwin Sands and also the book The Cry from the Sea and The Answers from the Shore. Sadly I couldn't find a photo of him online and he passed away in 1910. Now we're still on Beach Street and this is the home of Nathaniel Godwins. The plaque's currently been removed, I'm not sure why, but he was a journalist and a humorist. As a boy he worked in the Daily Express archives. After he fought in World War I, he was rehired as a reporter, working as a freelancer, and he also worked for the Daily Mirror. His real name was Norman Godwins. And he passed away in 1976, but from 1930 onwards he wrote a highly popular column in the Beaver Book-owned Sunday Express called Sitting on the Fence. Now this road is simply called the Beach in Walmer and Kent, and as you can see this was the former house of painter John Lewis Roget. Now according to the sign it says he's a thesaurus compiler, but actually the first thesaurus was compiled by his father Peter. John later updated it. He painted many scenes of Deal and Walmer, and I'll put some of those on the screen for you now. He received a BA in 1850 and an MA in 1853. He became an honourable member of the Watercolour Society. His father Peter compiled the first thesaurus of English words and phrases in 1852 and John died in 1908. Currently up on the very busy Beach Street, and this house here was the former house of Judge Sir Ernest Bruce Charles. He was a High Court judge between 1928 and 1947, but during World War I he was an ambulance driver. He received his knighthood in 1928, and in 1945 he tried Carl Holton and Elizabeth Jones for the cleft chin murder. That was the murder of taxi driver George Heath, who had a cleft chin. Carl Holton murdered him for the £8 that was in his possession. The jury found Carl Holton guilty and Sir Ernest Bruce Charles sentenced Carl Holton to death. He was subsequently hanged at Pentonville Prison in London. Sir Ernest Bruce Charles died in 1950, but the plaque here was unveiled in 2018 and there was a ceremony here with many locals in attendance. We're now on Middle Street in Deal and we saved the best for last. This is the most famous, unbelievable plaque in this whole street. Check it out. That brings us to the end of this episode. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel and check out our Facebook page and look at some of our other videos. They may be of interest. So with that being said, we'll see you next time on the Time Traveller Diaries.